Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in to another episode from Analog.com. This is the Galaxy Tab 3 Kids Edition, and my, isn't it interesting, and I'll tell you why. It is a 7-inch tablet. It's got a camera on the front, camera on the back, just like most tablets, but then you put it inside this case, and it comes with this mega-sized stylus, and you start to think, well hey, now it might be sturdy enough and portable enough for my kids to use. And the handle can bend, so hey, it could be a stand on their desk. Interesting. The other thing as well is when you turn it on and you go into the kids zone and you realize just what potential it does have. Now, the apps built into kids zone as standard, games like educational games, a hair salon. So remember they used to get a doll and they used to brush their hair on a real doll? No, you can do that on the screen now. Discovery, so geography apps where you can place planets into the correct area. You can put countries and states into the correct spots. You can match flags with countries. Some really smart ways of teaching your kids early geography. I like that. Inventions, planes, trains, automobiles, how they were invented. Match them up with the correct words. I like that too. It also has Creative Corner where they can paint or draw, and they can do that with the stylus and they can get their skills up in that way. I like that. Reading, so books, the books that you used to read, nursery rhymes, kids books, all on here. Not necessary to buy them or get a bookshelf for it. Why? On here. Also, maths, so maths games, your counting games, all educational, but all on a tablet, which you know what? It really engages the child. You know why? Because they see you use it at home when you're using your iPad or your tablet or whatever it is, and they've always wanted this. And you know this because they're always bugging you to borrow your tablet. This one comes in handy. So, I've said all these things about the kids, and one of the biggest things you worry about is control. I'm going to give my kids a tablet, what about my control? Where's that going to go? I'm a disciplinary parent. Well, they've thought of that. You can actually put parental control, which changes the hours of when they're allowed to use it. You're no more telling your kids, you can't use that now, put it down. You can actually say to the tablet, between the hours of 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. Monday to Friday, they're allowed to use it. Every other time they pick up the tablet and turn it on, there's a password and they can't get in. Great. If they want to buy apps, because there is a kids app store on here, there's a password for that. So there are some features on here which really make it controlled by you still, while still providing the child with a great experience. Now, it is an Android tablet, so given that it's an Android tablet, you would think that you could do other things on there besides what kids normally do. This is not just for kids, and I'll tell you why. Because outside of the kids zone, through a password, you can get to a standard version of Android. And once you take it out of that case, it really does look like a normal Android tablet. Email, Twitter, Facebook, online purchasing, whatever you like to do as a parent or whoever you are, whatever you like to do on there, you still can. It still has a camera on the front, still has a camera on the back. You could still do FaceTime, you could not FaceTime, no. You could still do Hangouts, you could still Skype one another, you can still do all those things. So it is a tablet that is for the parents and for the children. Once the kids go to bed, parents can start using it. I love that. And that's why I said earlier, I may have said earlier, it's for the 2 to 10s, and for the parents. It's not for the middle, and I'll tell you why. Because the performance of the tablet in standard mode and in kids mode is not really that amazing. When you go into it, you do want that little bit more power. You start opening apps and there is a delay in getting to those apps sometimes. So I would like to see a high performance tablet. The screen could be a little bit better, a bit more crisp, but again, as a child or as an older person, perhaps a middle-aged or late-aged parent, they might not notice it so much and might not complain. Again, the price, you're looking at less than $300 for this baby, not a lot of money. I would like to see Samsung make a 10-inch version of this because I think if it was an A4 sized tablet, it would bring the whole A4 sized paper to the kids' minds and they would think that they've got a bigger canvas to work with, especially for the painting feature. I thought I had a small post-it note sized screen to paint on and that was a shame. So, and again, the high performance would just also help the kids keep their focus. When they open an app and they're waiting more than 10 seconds for that app to open, bang, they're gonna lose interest. So I like that. If you've got kids and they're bugging you to use your iPad, forget that. Go and buy this little guy right here. $300, peace of mind. And gosh, educational, right? Think about that. This will stress all the parents out there. This will likely stress all the traditional daycare centers and things like that. Here's an idea. If you send your child to daycare and they come home with this big painting, which is junk, then you know what you can do? Send them an email and say, hey, watch this guy's review. And let me know if you've got any of these in the center because then you could just email me their painting. See you guys.